Hello there! So, a piece for bass trombone and harp that has to last 5 minutes long. What do I do now? I have still no idea what the piece will be, but before I write any single note on the paper, I like to think of the overall structure. The performer is quite fond of rhythmical, groovy stuff. To grant him his wish, I'll write also a quite rhythmical, groovy thing. But the problem is that I love the bass trombone in the high register playing very softly. Because a soft, brassy sound is something incredibly beautiful. So I have these two different ideas, and because the piece has to last 5 minutes long, that leaves me with two options. I can go into a A-B part or an A-B-A part, let's say. So I can have a first part that is like the rhythmical, and then have a slow part in the middle, which is the melodic high register, and then I have back to the beginning. I can also have a A-B form, so starting with the slow and going fast, or starting with the fast and then going slow. I have these two options. What do I do now? If you end with a very fast rhythmical thing, that is like a very show-off ending. So you show off and the people, they clap and they find it super beautiful. If you end with a soft, slow part, it's like this oh moment, is like very soft. So what do I want? So now I have two options. Because I want to end with the fast part, I start fast, I go slow and I end fast again, or I start slow and I end fast. Because 5 minutes is quite short, and this melodical, emotional part, I want it to be, well, a bit long. It has to be at least a minute or two long. So if that part lasts 1 or 2 minutes, then the rhythmical fast part has to last 3 minutes. So you see that I haven't write any single note. This is just abstract concept, but now I can start to feel the flow of the piece. Starting slow, it will be melodic, have some glissandos with the trombone, because they sound really, really nice. High register, but not so high that the performer is struggling to play piano, but it has to be relatively high to give an impression. The harp is kind of accompanying a bit, and it is very atmospherical and very libero, very, very free in terms of rhythm and stuff. And that will contrast nicely with the B part that is more rhythmical and will be in the low register, because in this rhythmical part I'm imagining the trombone going the exact opposite. Because a bass trombone, you can reach the very low register easily because it's a bass trombone, and I'm imagining the bass trombone just playing like random notes, like pa 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 pa, like in the very low register, like hammering, while the harp switches very fastly between the very low and the very high register. That will involve some problems for the performer, but well, I will see it later. This is just kind of the overall feeling that I have. And this A-B, they can be like separate, like slow and then fast, or the A can slowly go faster and become B. So the A becomes B, like as a development. Or the A can be a section and the B can be a contrasting section. It has a different feeling. When you have two contrasting sections, it almost feels like two short movements. When you have a development, then the piece kind of flows. I still have no idea what I'm going to do, but this is kind of the options I have. You see that I didn't write a single note, but I prefer to narrow down the options, because then it allows me to work. Because if I can do anything, then I cannot write anything, because it's like if I can use all the colors, then I don't know which color to use. Okay, I will use blue and I'll use green and use combinations of those both, and so that makes the job way easier for me. So this is part one, structure. In the next part I'll show you how this becomes more concrete into actual rhythms, actual notes, because this is all mental work. I do this on the train, I do this while walking, while meditating. I do these kind of things just in my everyday life. So I don't sit down and think about this, because I find no point in writing notes and writing rhythms if you have no idea what the overall concept will be. So I'm still looking for a title, but this is kind of how the piece will be. See you on the next part.